Yes, y'all. They call me MI Mr. Incredible Show, Black Boy, African rapper #1. What's up, my people? How far? And you are watching How Far with Sheila O. Stay tuned in, yo. Let's go. Peace.
It's the Afrozons show, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl, Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far?
How far?
How far?
You're watching How Far with my main person.
Sheila O, baby.
Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip hop meets Afrobeats.
They're all packaged together. Then you had to kill them with DKT. No, stop it.
This is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O. Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Rattler and Beirut.
It's the Afrozons show, and this is How Far. How far now? What's up? What grind? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe, and of course, living your very best lives. My guest today is a superstar. He's also family to me. I've known him forever, and I'm so proud of him. He is the H in the hip hop. Okay, he is Africa's #1 rapper.
African rapper #1, yeah. My microphone body shine, oh. Everybody put on tight away at the way. Am I the boom? Yo, yes, sir.
I know you don't see me do a lot of interviews. You know, I don't manifest, I don't nasty see, but I had to do the top dog himself. He goes by the name MI, Africa's #1, our chairman. Love him to the moon. MI, how far now?
I do. So good to see you guys. This is my big sis. This is my big sis, an icon. I've been giving her love since I saw her today, but you're an icon. I'm blessed to be here with you. You know what I mean? I know that, you know, anyway, story long. Let's get to the questions.
Oh, thank you so much, Emma. It means a lot to me. Okay, so Afrozons with Sheila O is a nationally syndicated show in the US, and the platform is going from strength to strength. How Far with Sheila O airs in over 44 countries out here in Africa. We're also in the UK now, thanks to my boy, my big brother, Chris Abusi. He signed up Afrozons in London, so we're now in the Beat London and everything else. So most of the questions you're going to have, MI, are from fans, your fans all across the globe.
That's amazing.
Who we told that we were coming to Nigeria to hang out with you, and we were like, send us questions for MI. So some are from Afrozons and some are from your fans, okay? So let me start with mine.
Okay.
The first one is Afrobeats is currently permeating the globe. Piano is doing its thing as well for SA. How's that make you feel right now? The movement with Afrobeats.
Just proud. I mean, one of the conversations we were talking about before we started the interview was just about like CK, for instance.
Yes.
And I shared my own part of the story. You shared your own part of the story. How, you know, sometimes people like her walking behind the scenes, doing things. We won't reveal all the things, but working behind the scenes. And you know, when I met you maybe 12 years ago now, you know, it wasn't this.
No.
But to see it become this, you know, we're constantly inundated with stories about Nigeria, our inability to build value and build good things. And then we see what we did in the entertainment industry.
Massive.
You know, it's massive. So it makes me feel so proud. And also that the sound is now starting to go around. There was a time that it felt like it was just Nigeria.
Just us.
You know, and Nigerians were just taking. But what I kept telling other African artists was like, look, Nigerians don't have the attitude you think they do, which is just to take for themselves. We have a very sharing attitude. Come to Lagos, come and use our sound, make it. We'll be happy. We'll be like, did you hear what Diamond did? It sounds like us. Did you hear what?
Yes.
Let's collaborate and let's grow together. It's one Africa, one Africa. It's one black race. We are united and we should move forward. This is an exciting moment. It feels joy.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to go straight now to your fan questions. Going all the way to London. So Mika from London, she sends this question to you from Afrozons on Beats London.
Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika. So you got MI here. So it's a two-faced question. The first one was, he says, do you think rappers from the continent get the same amount of respect or lifespan as their US counterparts?
No, I mean, I don't think so. It's a tough genre to focus in for Nigerian artists. But it's a beautiful genre because let's go back to what I think is the DNA of hip hop, right? It's in our African rhythm, whether it comes from our like African American brothers where it was born, brothers and sisters where it was born.
Yes.
But you read something like Things Fall Apart and someone say, Bukwenu, they will respond.
Yeah.
And then you drop a proverb first.
Yeah.
And that's what rap is using metaphors and, rhymes to tell a concept. And it's such a beautiful art form that it takes a hold of you. And so part of our job, some of us, like they're becoming the elder statesmen in the game. And that's what we're talking about. The OGs is to make sure that we continue to build an enabling environment for that art form, because there's nothing better than if our young men, especially, because they are especially prone to be drawn into crime, into gangs, cultism, drug use, suicide, depression. If they can turn their pain and their anxiety and their depression into poems, and then they can speak them out, whether it's spoken word, whether it's rap, it's a beautiful art form, And I just to end, I want to say that one of my favorite rappers of all time, DMX. I remember, may souls rest in peace, he has a line where he says, I wasn't given the chance of being a child with a father. My only talent is being able to survive when it gets harder. My balance in the high beams of life keep my dreams aflight, and that's why I hit the streets at night. I remember as a 15-year-old kid hearing that and feeling his pain. And that's why hip-hop is important, and we should support our African rappers. Support them with everything you have, Mika. Thank you.
We have to. Okay, beautiful. So Mika, I hope you like that. Part 2 of her question is, she says, is it possible for a hip-hop rapper from the continent to stay true to their craft? Basically consistently spitting those raps, those lyrics like you do, or are you forced sometimes to just go with the waves because play some Afrobeats and all of that, but rather than just being like a hardcore rapper, is it possible to stay true to your craft in the continent?
Mika, this is a good question. I don't think anybody has the answer. First of all, because hip-hop is itself evolving and changing.
That's right.
And it must be allowed to do so, because that's how it got here.
Yes.
It itself is an evolution of a sound and of creativity and a desire to express people's experiences. But at the same time, and so because of that, the artists must work in service to themselves. Their art must be deliberate to bless the artist and to make money, and I understand that. But at the same time, when you touch a genre, the hope is that as an artist, you touch it in service to the genre, to improve it, to make it better than it was before. And so that's the only thing that I try to tell young artists, is that hip-hop has an amazing legacy. All the way from the forefathers to who are our own African forefathers. The first time I heard a rap was Junior and Pretty.
You were the CEO for Chocolate City for close to 5 years. A superstar rapper turned into a CEO. How difficult was that position for you? Because I know there was a time that Jay-Z had to be the boss at Def Jam. And he struggled, being a talent. So it's a two-faced question. This is from me. So I want to know, how difficult was it to be a creative genius talent as yourself and still trying to create and grow other talents under the cap of a CEO? How was that for you?
There was an easy part and there was a hard part.
Right.
The easy part is, and that's a great question, by the way, but the easy part was doing the work, finding young artists. I mean, I remember meeting Dice for the first time, Dice Ailes or Coca, I remember meeting CK for the first time. He was a producer in the studio. I remember meeting Black Bones. I was walking past him at a concert and he said, "Oh, my name is Black Bones," and I just heard about him the day before. So that part is easy. Building teams that are passionate around them, inspiring them, helping the ecosystem. I loved it.
Yes.
The hard part is you have to be careful to extract value for yourself when you do that, because people will grow and then they'll move on.
That's right.
And there's a lot of sacrifice. You have to have like internal fortitude that you're doing the right thing and it's part of a bigger picture. As you see, because when you're the CEO, you can't shoot your video first. Your video has to be the last, and so it did take a huge toll on my career. But when I see people like yourself, when I see people like Irene Mashan, when I see Ayeni the Great, when I see Efe Omoregbe, when I see Obi Asika, Audu Mekori, Tola Dunsi, Kenny, when I see D1, when I see
you naming all the legends.
Sunday Are, when I see these people, what I understand is that you can be part of building the ecosystem in a real way.
Right.
Without knowing what it's going to cost you, or you can decide to just take and keep for yourself. And I don't know how history is going to judge me for that, but I know that internally what I set out to do was to be part of building the ecosystem.
Right.
You know, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of seeing, you know, what Chocolate City has gone on to become. I'm proud of the fact that my manager, a kid that shouldn't have had a chance, is now the CEO of a record label. You know, I'm proud of the fact that, you know, Ice Prince, Jesse, all these guys have gone on to do well.
That's right.
And I think the most important thing is to stay hungry, stay learning, because when people like yourself do what you do, even though it's in the entertainment sector, what people don't see is the business behind. The meetings, the pitches, the networking.
That's right.
You know, waking up in the morning, having to record. Like, we spoke about this yesterday. You told me, you're like, the team will be ready. And then I said, will they? You were like, if my own team is here, if they're not here, the other crew will be here, I'll be here.
Plan A,
Do you know
plan
what I'm saying?
Plan C.
And I was, because I wake up really early. So I was like, is it going to be early? Will I be able to make it because I have a flight? You're ready. So accomplished. This is the part that creatives don't see. And that part you still need to do whether or not people notice. You still have to show up Monday morning, 7 a.m., be ready to work. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's one of the things that taught me. You know, it's a job.
It is
Get
a
up,
job.
work, get up, work. Forget about what people are saying. Keep working and focus on building something.
So, but what made you leave Chocolate City and start Incredible Music? Kudos on that, though.
Hey, thank you.
Kudos on Incredible Music, because I'm sure you're going to...
You know, I have an answer. I have an answer, but I don't know if I can get away with answering it to you.
Tell me.
I think there was a difference in vision.
Right.
But I also want to say I think that's normal and healthy as people grow. But there was just a difference in vision, and it was time for me to go do my own thing. And look, no matter what ever anybody hears about Audu, Paul, Yahaya, those guys, they changed my life. They changed my life. They took a kid from Jos, they gave him an opportunity, they changed my life. And that respect is forever cemented, forever. So I'm always in their corner, no matter what. You know?
But I also have to appreciate you as well, because you also played a major role in keeping Chocolate City alive. You know, I'm looking at it from an outsider's point of view. You signed up all those names, you know, and that was during your tenure, and that's close to 5 years, you know, before you now thought, let me do my own thing, and so kudos to you for that.
Thank you so much.
Who have you signed now, or what do we look forward to, like any germs in the making, or how do people get signed to Incredible Music, you know?
Yeah, so we're going to start with one artist.
Right.
This is an exclusive.
An exclusive.
Honestly, nobody knows that I've signed him.
Yes.
His name is Loye.
Wow. First time.
His Instagram handle is only Loye. You know what I mean? If I have to tell anyone, I have to tell you.
Right.
But check out this kid. What I want to tell people is that I want to change this boy's life.
Right.
Him and his friends.
Right.
I met him. A friend of ours. So let me, if you don't mind me telling the story.
I don't mind. Yeah. No, that's what the platform is for.
So
it's how far? How far?
A friend of mine, her name is Yomi, called me one day, and she's like, "We're at a bar." And some kids are singing, and I think this kid may be talented. So I said, okay, can you video call and let the kid sing? And as soon as she video called, I could hear that the boy was talented. Immediately, I could hear his voice, I knew he was a star. I knew he had star potential. So I asked him to come and see me.
Right.
Him and his friends, they showed up. The first thing I liked, he had a manager. His friend was next to him, because it means that someone else believes in your talent.
That's right,
So he told
investment.
He told me, and they had less than 1,000 followers. So I said, I'm going to sign you. I will give you guys some money for the year just so you can survive. But in 1 year, I want you to show me you deserve the opportunity.
Right.
And over 1 year by himself, he built his following to about 25,000 followers. He has proper views. There are a lot of artists that are interested in him now, people trying to sign him. And it's his time. He has an amazing EP, Chopsticks has produced it, you know, and is executive producing the project. We're excited, we're ready for him to go. And I invite everyone that's watching, including yourself.
Yes.
My big sis that changed my life.
I got you.
Let's change this boy's life together.
That's how
Loye
it's supposed to be. So Loye, we got you, man, because we got to keep growing this industry.
Hey, please, someone cut and save that from you. That's an NFT. Sheila O said that she got Loye. That's an NFT right there.
Yes. No. We got you. All right, let's talk about your genius, yeah, MI, because you are a genius, and it's not because you're sitting right next to me. Anyone that says you're not is, they ain't checked it out. You've tapped into tech so early, okay? You're currently doing something where, let me get this right, it's called Vote, right? Vote Hill.
Yeah.
And I think you're designing a new
Metaverse.
for them. So tell us more about that, because some of us just heard about Metaverse because we saw Mark Zuckerberg about a month ago talking about it. Some of us, the FTA, we don't know. But he being one step ahead. So please, MI, tell us about this because it's futuristic. So please share that
So I'm
for us.
sitting on my phone. I'll use my phone to explain.
Yes.
So before, let's call it the no-D communication, right?
Right.
So you and I would just talk to each other. I'd have to physically come to you.
Yes, right.
Then let's say one-dimension communication now. It's just me. I'm making these terms up just to explain.
Right.
But one-dimension communication is just me and you talking over a phone. So the communication is happening, but we don't have to be in the same place to see each other. We can communicate. Then there was now, let's call it 2D communication, which was now the web, right? And so the internet, I can talk to you through another platform. I can send a video, you can see the video, we can talk back and forth. Now what we're going to is what is known as Web 3.0.
Wow.
And what that is that instead of us being outside, because when I do an Instagram video, I'm outside the phone.
Yes.
And you are also outside the phone. We're exchanging through a platform. What Web 3.0 is the idea that we're going to use virtual reality equipment to be inside the world.
Right.
So what that means is that instead of using a bank app, you will use your virtual reality to be in the bank and just talk to the teller. Hey, I want to transfer money. The person will say, okay, do you know your code? 0481 or 02223 or 0621, and you do it, and the person is there. So you want to go to a spa instead of or a vacation, instead of traveling, you can put on your VR and you're in a hotel room in Bali, sitting next to Sheila O, doing meditations, you know. And so someone has to build that world. Just the same way that when we go to a website, someone built what a .com is or a .net. And so people that are building metaverse companies are building the world within which all these interactions will happen. They're building the stadiums where people will watch concerts. They're building the what is called the virtual land where the banks will be.
That's right.
You know, because very soon you see people are already gaming in the world. They're using VR headsets.
I heard you gotta pay so much money to be Snoop Dogg's neighbor.
I'm telling you, absolutely. The land right next to him it will be expensive.
Expensive.
Because once he goes into that VR world, you're living right next to him. Everybody will know that this guy lives next to Snoop Dogg in that world. You know? And so yeah, Vault Hill is we're building, and
so
we're excited about it.
You're working with them on creative designs and stuff.
Absolutely, and also to help creatives understand it and onboard them onto the platform.
That's what's up.
You know, technology is supposed to make all of us communicate and share value.
That's right.
Easier. So that's what.
That's beautiful, beautiful. Joe, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far.
How far?
How far?
You're watching Alpha with my main person.
Sheila O, baby. Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip hop meets Afrobeats.
The whole package together. Then you had to kill them with DKT. No, stop it.
This is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O. Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Rattler and Beirut.